what they do. The next thing we hear in this guy's petition to Jesus is, Lord, ain't none of this happened yet. None of the events, none of the mighty events of Calvary had taken place. He cried to Jesus before Jesus said, it is finished. He cried to Jesus before the veil of the temple split in twain. He cried to Jesus before the earthquake. He cried to Jesus before the graves were opened. He cried before Christ said, Father, unto thy hands I commend my spirit. He cried to him before then. And he also cried to Jesus before the centurion said, truly, this must be the Son of God. He did not wait for any of those things to take place. So there was nothing circumstantial. There was nothing environmentally. There was none of these events had taken place. This guy petitioned Christ before. So it's a fair thing to say that the circumstances that surrounded his conversions, put this down, the circumstances that surrounded his conversion were unfavorable. It had to be possibly the worst moment to join the church. And what was inviting about the circumstances that made this man seek salvation? The circumstances surrounding his conversion. This man was converted. He went from reviling to praying. The circumstances that surrounded his conversion was unfavorable. Yet this dying thief made his cry for salvation. The circumstances surrounding his conversion were unfavorable. Yet this dying thief made his cry for salvation. Now look back at the text. We already saw in Matthew's account that both robbers reviled him, right? All right. Look at Luke 23. Let's pick it up at 39. Luke 23, verse 39. Then one of the criminals who were hanged, blasphemed him, saying, if you are the Christ, save yourself. Now notice he's still saying, and us. Save yourself, me and the other guy. So now he's still including the other robber. They are co-thieves being hung with Jesus. So he's still speaking for the other guy. Save yourself, Jesus, and us. Now, look at verse 40. He was a reviler. Now look at him. But the other answering rebuked him. Now he's talking to the other guy, saying, do you not even fear God, seeing you are under the same condemnation? He's being crucified, so are you. And we indeed justly, We are being punished justly. We are guilty. For we receive the due reward of our deeds. But this man has done nothing wrong. Then he said to Jesus, that's powerful stuff. They were co-workers in the field of robbery. Now they are co-sufferers. They are dying together. And this man is saying now to the other thief, what's happening to us, man? We'll do this. This is justice for us. But this man has done nothing wrong. Doctor. Yes and no. Yes, because Lord in this text is definitely him recognized, is saying to him, God. See, this fella knew that the only somebody that could help him now was God. Also, something else that we can know here. This guy was a Jew. See, the Jews knew about him. They knew about Messiah. Gentiles didn't know him like this. But in the original text, the word Lord ain't there. It was not in the original manuscript. So what he really did was look to Jesus and say, remember me when you get into your kingdom. But the very fact that he mentioned kingdom means that he still had divineness in his mind and in his spirit. So he recognized that he was talking to someone that had supernatural powers and someone who had miraculous powers. He was around. He heard of his miracles. He knew who he was. He didn't just get a revelation on the cross that this man had done no wrong. I mean, thieves and robbers are intelligent people. They got to know when you ain't at home. I mean, they study. They are astute. Now, it's interesting to look at this because there is a difference. There is a distinction between a thief and a robber. What's a thief, Stalwart? All right, I'll take that. Anybody want to advance on that? What's the distinction between a thief and a robber? That's right. Now that's the important distinction. Say it. You got the mic?
No, she sure don't.
I need you to say that in the mic. Stalwart is recording. All right, say it again.
A thief will take from you when you're not looking, and a robber will come to you face to face.
When you ain't at home, you didn't get robbed. You just somebody just stole from you. A robber walk up to you and say, give it up. That's why the question in Malachi, will a man rob God? You ain't a thief, you're a robber. God's looking. God's sitting right there looking at you. Hold that money. Hold that tenth. You holding out on what belongs to him, and he's looking. And we